Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2, the Netherlands edition, where we're now witnessing one of our brand new vehicles, which is our steam-powered vehicle right now, on its way over the big bridge to the Amsterdam port to pick up a bunch of cargo to deliver to Amsterdam. Everything seems to be working pretty well right now. Ships are bringing in the goods. There's actually quite a lot of ships coming in right now, which is... Oh, actually, is that one? No, that one's heading back out. That one's now coming in, which is bringing either fuel or it's bringing in food. So everything is working exactly how I wanted it to. Now, it does mean that there's going to be a lot of cargo waiting here. I don't know if I've got new vehicles that I can now upgrade to. Let me just quickly double check before we do anything. We actually do. We're utilizing this one here, which is the steam tarpauling truck. We have the NW first truck, which also does 6. So it doesn't really make sense at the moment to change what we're currently using, other than maybe increasing the capacity. But we'll get onto that in just a minute. Now, I just want to say, boys, last 2 episodes, I tried to create something known as a double slip. And I think I got confused with what I was creating. Turns out, I've now figured it out, okay? So before you come at me in the comment section, yes, I know I made this monstrosity and more Chris's crosses over here. Watch this. I'm about to do something right now, and then you can all stop calling me a damn fool in the comment section, okay? So I previously created an absolute chaos of a section. I didn't mean to delete all that right there. But watch this right now, okay? I'm about to prove all you fools wrong, that I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Trust me, I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm about to prove you all wrong right now. Watch this. Watch this, okay? Watch this, okay? So before I had the world's most complicated Chrissy Crossy section here to allow them to go where they need to go to, and then I had Chrissy Crossies at the very end. Well, if I build here and go all the way down like this, I'm going to make it quite long so I can kind of clearly see what's going on. And this sometimes can be a little bit tricky to get the crisscross in here. Right, there we go. There's the crisscross working just there. Right, all I've done here is create 2 crisscrossing lines. And then on each section, we're going to implement the double slip. Right, everyone do it after me right now. Hallelujah. 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 Seniac has finally figured out how to do the double slips. Look at him right now, this damn fool. So, everything that I had before, I've now replicated more efficiently with just this system. And what it allows me now to do is have, no matter what train line you're currently on, the trains can go to any other line they currently want to. And that kind of is referenced by the fact that if we've got orange on all 4 platforms, it does what it needs to now do. So last thing I'm going to quickly do right now is just get rid of the signals and update them. Hold on, hold on. I got signals just there. We just now need our signals at the very end of this section here. So for us, it is, they're driving on the right side. I got to remember that, okay? Bam. 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 Okay. Signals are now all in. Right. Press play. We're back in business. Now, I'm going to go over all the mistakes that I made in the last couple of episodes and eventually fix them. So do not worry. Guys, do you approve now? Do you now approve? I'm able to slip, dip, and trip in all different directions and utilize all the platforms. So, hallelujah, Seniac. He's finally figured it out, mate. He's finally figured it out. Anyway, let's continue. So, what we're going to be doing today then? Well, I want to try and now feed a few more of these towns around us with the goods that are coming over. It's all great and dandy and well having all these goods in, but I'm only feeding Amsterdam and Zandam. So we need to feed a few more of the towns around us right now. Also, at the same time, we're going to look towards extending a couple lines and also creating some bus routes on the existing cities. This will then allow us to ultimately grow the cities a bit more, make a bit more money, have a few more passengers. So I think then what we're going to do, we're going to start around Haarlem and Zandvoort to begin with. Now, in Haarlem, I want to create a bus route that collects more people to bring them to the station. But at the same time, if you wanted to go from Haarlem to Zandvoort and vice versa, You can't really do it on public transport. You can only really drive your own vehicle or walk the distance. So to get from Zandvoort to Haarlem on train, you've either got to go... Well, actually, you've got to go from Zandvoort to Leiden all the way back to Haarlem. And that's a little bit of an epic. So we're going to start here first of a way in which we can kind of make a little bit more utilization. So before I do anything, though, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to actually extend the train line moving forward here. Now, that does slightly eat into the ground. Or should I do the road network first? I'm going to come off this road here. Let me turn all the ownership off real quick. And bring that down. Should I just do normal road? We might as well do normal road. Because that is going to lead into a bend into this road here. So if I now situate said bend... Very good, very good, very good. And this is going to help me create my bus route. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a bus loop that goes to 2 towns. So it collects all the people, brings them to both stations, no matter which way they want to go. I'm going to try and kill 2 birds with 1 stone, as the old saying goes. Right, that should now allow me to run the train tracks going over. I just want to get these done first, before anything else. Now, I don't know whether I'm going to be able to do these. No, I can't do them there. Oh, are you telling me that I won't be able to do any of these? Oh, I can do it to... Wait, there was a split second then when I could have done 1. Okay, it's not fully going in. Well, if I come this way... Too much of a slope, apparently. Right, that's fine. Well, if I just kind of make it go really short to here... And then bring it in. You got to do what you've got to do, boys, unfortunately. You've got to do what you've got to do in some of these areas. It's not perfect, but it does what it needs to do. Now, there we're okay with the crisscrosses, okay? We're okay in this section. All right, I'm going to bring you to there and to there. Because this line is eventually going to go to Ilmuden. How do I pronounce that town? That is an interesting name. Interesting combination of letters and words. Right, too much of a slope. This is quite slopey here, isn't it? Let me delete back to there and then kind of continue. What is... Wait, what is going on here? Right, this is the weirdest connection I've ever seen in my life. I don't know what's going on anymore, but I should be able to do the crisscross here. There we go. Sweet. So we've got, I'm not really a big fan of this, to be honest with you. But I've got Zandvoort almost set up exactly how I want it. I think I'm just going to do it and then try and get the road in after is what I'm going to try and accomplish. So if I come off there and then bend you in here. You into... Oh, at least try and get to there and then go in. And then can my road now cut through? Yes, right, that's better. That looks 10 times better right now, okay? This road is obviously going to come down to there. I'm going to have to delete that, unfortunately, just to get a straight-ish line. And then that should allow me now to create a loop to come down into Zandvoort to head back up again. So, vehicle-wise, we go buildings. We need a bus and tram stop. Now, I'm not going to do a station. I don't think it kind of warrants me having a station just yet. But we're going to make sure that we do it on both sides of the road. So if I have one, for example, here and here. And then, ooh, can I connect you up here? Right, delete you, delete you. Unfortunately, this is what is now happening. Pushing this in a straight line going through. Very good, very good, very good. And then we're back in business. So we've got one there and there. I'm going to do one. I'm going to do it here and here. Now, obviously, I want to run straight down, which makes a lot more sense. And it does reach. But I could also, if I had a secondary one. Right, I do apologize for all this deleting. But they will love me at the end of the day. Once their town is 10 times bigger than it originally was. Right, we'll go for like a small road there because of what the size of it is. This is a normal style road. We'll go there. There we go. Harlem will appreciate what I've just done eventually in the future. Right, one there and there. We'll do one here and here. I'm going to do one just there and there. Actually, no. Because I'm going to bulk it up on both sides. And then do... Oh, that's a point. Because we go around this way. And then we go out that way. And then round. Yeah, so it makes sense to go here and here. To where I'll have another one there and there. And then coming down here, we're just going to do one quickly here and here. One there and there. For these areas, we'll do one just... So they will mainly be before the stations. We'll do one here and here. And then I'm going to actually throw in one just there and there as the turning circle. So if I create a new line, and let's say I started on that station, there to there. Now this is quite a long-winded run, believe it or not, for what it's actually going to be doing. But this hooks up the two towns, provides them all the buildings and all the residents and all the workplaces in the city with public transportation, which enables us to have a wider connection to transport more people. Right, there you go. To there. We're then looking down here. And then we're pretty much done. So if I make this one, because it's obviously public transport, so we're going to go pink in color. And then do another new line, but this line literally replicates it, but on the opposite side. So this should be fairly easy to squeeze all this in. Right, bam, bam, bam. And maybe at some point in the future, we then swap it all out for a tram system. Why couldn't that do the turn there? Is it on the wrong side? Yes, it was on the wrong side. And we're going to go for a slightly different pink. We'll go for a purple color so we can see it's on the opposite side. Okay, what's happened here that it's going round and round and round? Oh, it starts there, doesn't it? Sorry, it started there. My bad. Right, so this is the Harlem to Zandvoort. So, Harlem... If I can spell Harlem right. Harlem. Zant. Is it Zand or Zant? Zandvoort. Loop 1. There we go. And then this will be loop 2. Easy enough. Easy enough. Right, so we're now going to get in the road depot, which I'm going to put... actually, we'll utilize... Oh no, the road depot is quite far, isn't it? I'll drop a road depot just here for now. It's kind of out there a little bit, but not too far away. Now, passengers. Oh, we do have actual buses that carry 9 people. So if I buy 4 of these... No, we'll buy 5 of these for the first loop. And then we'll buy another 5 for the second loop. So that's 10 on the whole line going back and forth. In reality, just 5 going one direction and then 5 going the other. Now, Zandvoort does require both food and fuel. Harlem does not. Harlem actually requires a little bit of bricks. So not too worried about giving them the bricks, but we'll now start delivering food and fuel down here. So let me just quickly find where the drop-off points will be. So we need a truck unload stop. So food coming in, I'm going to place it just here. And then food and fuel are in different locations, but I can place it down where it reaches both areas. So I'm going to pull it just there. So it will only still be one truck in many ways. Depends on how they do it, but that saves me from having to do multiple. Now, create another new line from here, going to Harlem. And this will be delivering food, of course. So we'll call it Harlem. Food. Easy enough. Eventually, you could maybe implement trains, but I think it's too short of a distance to do trains, to be honest with you. Oh, that's fantastic, mate. Fantastic right now. Oh, hang on. I've got to make the Zandvoort one as well. Down to here. So this is a little bit of a mixture. So I'll make it orangey colour still. Zan. Vor. Food. Fuel is what we'll call it. Easy enough. So at this area here then, we're going to put it on different sections, which it looks like it already is. But I'm just going to double check how many come in here right now. We've got the Amsterdam, the Haarlem, Zandam. So Zandvoort will manage this to go to number 1. And then the Haarlem one will manage it to go to... Oh, wait, hold on. Number 1. Oh, hang on. I'm still on Zandvoort. What am I doing here? Manage line. Amsterdam is on number 2. And then... Is it the Zamdam? It's on number 4. But when you get to there, you're coming out, aren't you? You come in the opposite way. So, yeah, it kind of makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. So, let's buy some vehicles then. Cargo related. Do I go for these ones? What's the difference? I mean, these ones have a higher speed, so we'll go for them instead. Now, I'm gonna do 6 to Zandvoort just because of the distance they have to travel. So, Zandvoort, food and fuel. Nice. And then we've got... Should I do 4? I'll do 4 for Haarlem. Okay, it's only food going to there. So we got an extra 2 going down to here, so we'll see what happens. And then we'll see what happens in the delivery. So it will take time for them to get their new goods, but we'll see what's happening. Now, in the meantime, I'm going to now quickly change my whole fake double slips here. I made them, but like in the most awkward way possible, if that makes sense. So now I can make them slightly a bit better, guys. See? I'm learning. Your boy's learning right now. I'm going to put them here. And you just got to find the right place for the crisscross. All you got to do is that. Who'd have thought it was as simple as this? Not me. I didn't know that this was... I didn't know this was the feature in the game. I thought I was having to theoretically make my own variations of them. But that has just completely solved how ridiculous that previously was. Which means I can now get rid of these signals. Oh, I'll get rid of that one there. And have better variations of them. Have better variations of them. Right. We continue. I've got to change it here, there, and everywhere as well at the same time. Right. These vehicles are now slowly making their way over. We're just going to give them time to now start circulating beautifully. We've got the passenger vehicles made their way over here. These are the cargo vehicles now coming out. Beautiful. Beautiful. So, this is all run down smoothly, and this is all looking good over here. We've got to sort out the Warden to Utrecht line, because that's the only line we didn't kind of put on different stages. That's not a problem. We've got to, eventually figure that out at some point. We've got to do the Chrissy crosses over there as well. But as of right now, then, these are looking pretty good. So next, I want to create a little bus route going around Amsterdam. Again, to bring them to the train station. That is the main point of it. Now, to do that, I also want to take a look at how we're going to cross over here. So I think this is now the perfect case of doing the double slip here, which will then alleviate a lot of pressures with trying to get the road across the train tracks. Delete them, and quickly throw all this in. So I'm probably going to do it around here. So for me, I can get in the double slippy slips. Now there. Oh, I feel like an absolute idiot. Guys, it's completely fine to call me an idiot right now. Look at how easy that is. Oh my goodness me. Now, obviously, they don't utilize the opposite sides of the station because the way the lines kind of run in, they don't crisscross one another, but they're able to get to all the platforms they need to. It's as simple as that. As simple as that. Right, so... Oh, hang on. Signals. I keep forgetting I've deleted those signals. Now, I can actually set up a new set of signals here as well. Make life a little bit easier. Right. I need a road going across right now, is what I need to do. And I'm thinking we come with the streets directly off here. So if I went like that, where that's going to obviously run down and go whatever direction it wants, I'll just get rid of the road there. Because Amsterdam is not the perfect grid. It's a little bit all over the place. And I'm thinking now, if I was to bring this road continually going out, I'm actually going to delete that and bring you out. I actually might change that road yet. If I brought this going down, unless I make it a part of the bend that gets implemented. So if I was to bring you up, bring you out, and then a bend gets placed here. That does exactly what I needed to do. But more importantly, I can then bring that over. And I've got now a very awkward loop, but I've got a loop. Okay? I have a loop. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. So we've got some weird roads trying to build themselves, but that's all part of the shenanigans, right? And then we're going to get the building work set up, the bus and tram stop. So this is going to be interesting now because I'm going to go around one side, but not the other. So I've got to kind of think about how this is being implemented. I think I need to bring this road coming down, but the issue is the road gets crooked here. And then that is now going diagonal. But that's part of it. It's a European city. It's not a gridded American city. So that's what I've got to try and remember. It's not what you expect it to be. So buildings, back to this then. I could put a station here, a bus and tram stop. But I think I'm going to save that for when we eventually implement trams. I just want a simplified bus route is all I really want. Now, the idea is to bring people to the station. I don't need a station directly outside. A stop outside the station. Because people here can walk to the station. It's more about creating the radius going around. I say that as I'm now going to implement one here and here. So coming down to here then, I can either go around and up and over, or go across this bridge, which going across this bridge is probably the better option. I'm actually going to put a stop on the bridges. Now, coming in, I will drop a stop here and here. Leading up, we'll have a stop just there and there. I'll have a stop then just here and here. I'll implement a stop just there and there. And then we're going around. So it's not ridiculous. I don't need to cover too much. It's just simple bus routes collecting up a few people to bring them to Amsterdam train station. We'll make it more intertwined and connected when we actually physically look at setting up tram routes, because that will be a big game changer for us. Right, is that on the wrong side, this one? It should be on number 2. There we go. That's done the same thing as well. You guys do realize I'm clicking on the right side? You know what I mean? I am clicking on the right side, fools. Another new one. And bring it in here. So I can go back into play mode now, can't I? Nothing now stopping me. That's on the wrong side. Weird how that kind of happens, though. And then, oh no, okay, so are we here? Yeah, we're already on that one because it says number 1. Make that one slightly a darker purple. And it does what it needs to do. Amsterdam Loop 1. Oh, what happened there? Amsterdam Loop 2. Easy enough. Easy enough, he says. So we're pulling the vehicles out from here. I'm going to make it life a little bit easier for us again. By creating a crossroads just there. And the vehicles can pummel themselves out. Now I'm thinking only 4 in each. So if I buy 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the other 4, there we go. So Amsterdam now has a loop. It doesn't go the full distance. Not too worried about that just yet. Because we'll eventually create and implement a whole tram network within Amsterdam. And it's going to look absolutely beautiful. Right. We're definitely getting busy down here now. So they haven't had any of their goods delivered yet. And we haven't seen any goods be distributed on the platform yet for Haarlem or Zandvoort. I don't think enough time has technically passed by just yet for a ship to bring over the goods for those cities. It's a long distance. It is a little bit of a long distance right now. So not too worried about those just yet. I'm going to bring this road connecting up to here as well as another little shortcut road to kind of reduce the pressures along this road. So we've actually got new vehicles being unlocked next. And can I just go for a whole bendy wendy? Like that? I feel like actually we should have pushed this out a little bit further. To there, maybe? And it's just a way to kind of create that shortcut to the bridge a little bit easier. We're also having to integrate with this and causing more hiccups on there. Because they only have to then cross over the, when a train, they have to stop when a train comes. Either this way, they haven't got to stop if they're leading directly into Haarlem. Or even directly down to Zandvoort. They haven't got to crisscross any train tracks apart from these ones here. So, slightly speeds up a little bit. I won't say much, but it slightly speeds up a little bit. Right, it's a little bit of a long-winded task right now, waiting for the ships to make their way over here. So, while they do, where can I now fix some of these problems? I know we've got the awkward, my variant of a double slip here. Which, like I said before, it doesn't really make much sense. So, shall I now go through and fix each one of these? I think the answer is yes. Alright, bam, bam, bam. Alright, delete you, delete you. And then quickly sort these out. Bam. Signals. Only really need to go there. And then double slip them up. And then we're back in business. Now, they don't crisscross, which is why we're not getting any issues popping up. We've got one there, and we did originally have one here, but it only really needs to go here right now. Now, as this train's about to come out, I'm about to cause chaos for it. Oh. Delete the wrong thing again. Yikes. Right, delete you. Delete you. And train tracks. Quickly get these situated as they need to be. Now, can I do... The track actually connects here. You can see the difference in the line, so I'm having to do it there instead, as opposed to where I would normally do it. And just find the middle meeting point. Bam, 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 ba-bam. Right, delete the original signals, because they're now not situated where I want them to be. And then off they go. No problemos. So the lines that would utilize those the most would eventually be cargo trains. If I allowed these two lines to be able to pick all 4 stations, or 4 platforms, I should say, they will utilize those double slips a lot more efficiently. But I don't allow them to do that, which at the moment's okay. Once we start becoming a lot more busier, then we'll need to utilize them. So we've got to sort out right now Rotterdam, going to Wardam, down to Utrecht, and we've got to sort all these lines out in the stations, because at the minute they don't make any sense whatsoever. They really do not. So I'm going to wait for that train to now leave. Wait for it to skedaddle out of here. A little bit further, because we need to make sure that we... Right, that should be fine. That should be fine. We've now got to reconfigure all of this. So delete the crisscross, delete that signal, delete that signal, delete where it now connects in. I'm going to delete that signal as well. Delete all of this. I'm going to delete it to here, because it's going to run as a secondary line then coming in. Delete all of you. Delete all of you. And what we're going to do, we're going to replicate what we did in Amsterdam, because Amsterdam has the multitude of platforms as well. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4. Granted, either side is cargo, but it's 2 lines and then they split. 2 lines and then they split. That's exactly what's going to happen over here in Rotterdam. So I'm going to have to delete that road, delete you, and delete all of this, unfortunately. Say goodbye, say goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Delete that signal, delete you. And then we're back in business. So let's first just set up the 2 main lines that we're going to be working with. So actually, did I make them like connect down? How did I do it? I made one of them pull itself in to align as a secondary main line is what I did. So if I run you to there, I think I did it pretty close so you don't really notice it. Yeah. Like that. And then does this still hold? That does not hold up the same speed level. So surely something like that does. That holds and maintains the speed, which is perfect. And then all I did was I then just brought these in. As connections, like that. And then as long as I set up my very own double slips, there was then no issues. So quickly throw these in. And then signal related stuff. So bam, bam. And I don't need to do anything here now because it all happens there. But what I will do is just them there anyway, so they can kind of pass through and off they go. I'll throw another set just here. That's all done. As simple as that seems. Now, I believe they do have the ability to pick all 4 platforms here on this one. So that's very interesting to see. And now I need to get set up my tracks. So if I go from here, for example, and where does the... Oh, okay. So this might be a bit of a tricky one right now with maintaining speed. I don't think we're going to be able to maintain speed. But then again, they are going to be slowing down. But that's just the luck of the draw with that line. So this leads into there. We bring you into here. You into there. Is that slightly longer? That one is slightly longer, and that's going to really annoy me if I don't fix it. There we go. And then we do our double slip here. So you could argue I'm making it a little bit longer than it needs to be. But I suppose it doesn't really matter, does it? As long as you get the correct outcome, you're all good. You're all good. Right. Bam. Bam. And then we'll just place in one here and here, because we've got a signal just there. And that does what it needs to do. So these do have the ability to... Oh, no, they don't. Sorry, I got confused there. Because what this actually is It's the loop system. I forgot about that. It's the loop system because we got trains either side. The train coming in from Warden from Utrecht right now does have the ability to utilize all 4. So that does work out for it in general. Don't need to do anything there because that is set up correctly. It's just here. All I've got to do is just fix this station and then we're all good. We're all good then. Don't need... We got crisscrosses over here, right? Yeah, that's done. We've done that and that. We've done down here with the double slippy slips. They've got crissy crosses, which are all okay. We've done over here. It's just this. And then, as far as I'm concerned, my train network is pretty much all up and running. So, what I'm going to do is we're now going to delete you as a connection here. Delete you, delete you, delete you, delete the signal. And the same here as well. Delete you, delete you. And we've got to change how all of this is pretty much set up. So delete, delete. So that will run into there as it does, as it stands right now. And then we're going to make it where this... All right, delete you as a signal. And there's a crisscross there. Where this is... Oh, I'm going to have to push this back slightly. Right. If I can get this correct, that's going to be the main line into that side. So if I was, for example, to run you... Ooh. I might need to just push this slightly forward to bring you to there. Right, I'm going to have to delete back a bit more to get this to maintain its speed, which it does beautifully. There we go, and then that should bend into there. Right, that's all it needs to do. And then for us, it's a case of this bending, but we want to try and maintain the speed. Not so much for these trains, it's for the future when we have like high-speed trains. Not saying that they will be able to go at this speed in this area. To there. Which gives me then this space for the slippy slip. There we go. And sort all these out real quick. So that does it there. We're going to set up the signals. And then we'll do another set of signals here and here. Here and here. That's completely fine. And then we just got to do this side next. So we are going to run going straight because that will eventually just lead to the next set of train tracks moving forward. Too much of a curvature. And how am I going to do... Oh, okay. So if I delete this then. Let me just do my... Because these double slips here are going to have to happen quite... Because the end's there and the end's there. So these ones will have to test me slightly. And end a little bit sooner. Which we get away with. No problemos. And then roads... Oh, if that went like that... Could this now cut across? No. I mean, something like that could cut across there. What if I did the slimmer version? It could do if this road wasn't going like that. If I had the road like this, it works. Not there because of that road, but it's just about creating the connectivity for the opposite sides. That's all I really care about. Trains will always take priority. They will always take the priority anyway. So there, and I'm going to do another set just here and here. I'll do a set just there and there. Even though there's nothing there, I've just got it there situated anyway. So that does exactly what I need to do. Perfect. Perfect. My train line system then is pretty much all up and running. I haven't done the same for the cargo side, but I'm not worried about that just yet. Not worried about that one bit as of right now. So perfect, boys. Absolutely perfect right now. It's going to be very busy over here, though, so we've got to be a little bit careful. Now, does Zamdam need a bus route? Hopefully to try and reduce people utilizing private transportation, but I think we'll be okay at the minute. Bus routes are on the go. Cargo's all on the go. We're just ultimately waiting for some ships to drop some goods off for the other areas, which those ships, there's a bunch on the way back right now. There's a bunch just arriving, which they can take up to 100 each. They're doing perfect right now. These slips are working perfect. I don't have them over here, though, because this is the one area that I'm yet to still do it on. They're using the old-fashioned route at the minute. They're using the old-fashioned ways of doing it. But I'm not too stressed, because it still works, just not as beautifully as you would like it. No siree. No siree. Right, do you reckon Zamdam does need it? I mean, traffic's not an issue, to be honest with you. It's not a major issue, but I do want to start looking towards expanding my train network. So, where would I go next? Hilversum all the way down to Amersfoort. The Utrecht line is going to come down anyway to Venedal. That will go through there, and then maybe turn off to go this direction, where that one will come down here. We've got a few options, haven't we? We do have a few options. I know I want some to kind of turn off, but the beauty is they can turn off to go any direction they want. Unless this came down into here and then into there. No, because we need something to kind of turn off, don't we? That's going to turn this way and run through. So if you want to get to there, I've got to think about how you get from other places to other places. Is what I'm looking to. Oh, then you got the Rotterdam line. That would obviously. Or I think it's the Rotterdam line that kind of comes in this way. And this Utrecht line maybe could go with it and then turn off in a different direction. Where this one here. Oh, see, this is the problem I've got now. It's like, what do you do when you want lines to crisscross? That's where elevated comes into play. Oh no, these are the roads I need to kind of now think about going down. So, Utrecht line, gonna go this way. That could actually go towards that direction, eventually to Eindhoven. That's maybe where I'll run that line. The Rotterdam line's gonna go into that town. This line is gonna run into this town. And then that's gonna continue. I could make this one also stop off at the same station, but then split after there. Yes. Okay, that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make them combined into this station, and then one splits and goes left, one continues. I figured it out. And then we can have this line here turn to go that way. I figured it out, boys. It's just I've now got to do some big deletings. So that's going to run here. I kind of want it to turn to merge in. So I think it might be best to pull it on this road, that road, or this road. Pause quickly, delete. Now, building in terms of a passenger station. If I do 4 sets of tracks, how big do we make it? Do I make it that big? So if I was to implement it there, for example, I've got to now run this up and around. It's on the outskirts of the town, which is probably not the best idea, unless I brought it into the center. Like, my other option is to build it here. But that doesn't quite fit in perfect there. But there's nothing stopping me doing a 120 length. But it will have to then mean I delete this road here. Now that's better in a sense of it's more connected to the inner city, but it will delete half the city. So I'm not going to do it there. I'm going to keep it to where it is. So bringing you across like that. Obviously roads connecting, kind of helping the town grow a bit more. There we go. And then we'll utilize our main line of being the out. Oh, what happened here? How did I get an extra train track in? I think I must have selected 5 by accident. Right, so train tracks then. I'll go back into play mode now. It doesn't really mean anything to me at this point. Right, bring you out. We need to get this connected down to here. Now, if I went for the longer route, that's how it would work. If I had a station there, it will kind of bend around this way. I feel like I want it to go a little bit longer. And you've got to go quite big for the bends. Because that's how that would play out. Unless we deleted back. Nah, it's going to be tricky no matter what we do. No matter what we do, it's going to be tricky. So, it does slow down ever so slightly, but I'm not a fan. I think what we originally had it at is probably the better idea. Yeah, so if I just kind of commit to this. All right, we're going to commit to that, but then we'll change it up slightly. So I'll put this back. We've got it where we want it to run. And then we just tweak and fine tune it. So that manages to hold the 120 after all. So delete to you, delete. And that now manages the 120 after all as well. So just tweaking it and fine-tuning it, you get exactly what you originally intended and set out to have. Right, so this is going to merge as soon as possible. And all I need on this, until we have additional lines running, is just a crisscross. There's nothing else I technically need as of yet. This, though, this is going to split and go in 2 different directions. We're going to have one go down this way as well. So this will continue to go out. So get rid of you, and we're going to build that going straight. So now you can see how all the train lines are going to intertwine one another. And then it starts just here, so we'll input. We can actually go the full distance here of doing our double slips. Right, implement all of those. And what comes down here right now is the train from Zaandam to Amsterdam to Hilversum, and it will now go to Amersfoort. Is where it goes. So we're going to add the additional line linking up. This train line that goes straight will kind of turn to lead down into Harderwijk? Into there. Now, don't worry the fact that it doesn't reach the majority of the town. That's where we implement more public transport. But this is only mainly for the passenger side anyway. I don't want to get a few more passenger buildings, though. I want to kind of slightly bulk out the spread. Not by much, but it picks up a few more buildings. And then where it comes into here, so let's select and manage this line. It gets to Hilversum, and rather than going to all of the places, it will then go to here, and then back to here. Now, in Hilversum, it only really goes on one side of the platform. In Amersfoort, We get it to do all of it. I can actually make it do both sides in Hilversum. It doesn't really matter. It's all dependent on how you technically run it in. So it runs on the right hand side of the track. So for the first time it does arrive here, you can use 1 and 2. But the second time it arrives here, it goes to 3 and 4. So we're saying that the right side is the 2 going on the right, and this side is the 2 on this side, and vice versa. Now, if I just sort out my signals real quick. So bam, bam. And we'll sort them out over here as well real quick. Bam. Now, I'll manually do these. It's not the end of the world. There we go. And then you can use all 4 on that station. There's nothing really I need to then go ahead and change. So I could run another one coming in, which would be that 4th one, but there's no need to. Them crisscrossing there is really all they need to do. Because Hilversum there will be the end station. Unless I do run that 3rd one and Amsterdam becomes the end station for the line kicking in down here. Who knows? But you can see where lines stop, crisscross, and continue. Right. That now needs to change, doesn't it? It no longer ends at Hilversum. It actually now goes to Amersfoort. Is it Amersfoort? Is that how I pronounce it? But there we go. An extra line extended and continued. Now, we seem to have a lot of passengers on the platform right now for the Amsterdam Loop 1. Wow. Okay, that's the one that goes which direction? Goes that way. So they're wanting to go to places like Haarlem, by the looks of it. Is that correct? It is. What was that line there that just come in? Oh, it's the loop going the opposite way. Of course it is. Of course it is. So, Amsterdam Loop here, we're going to now manage the vehicles, and I'm going to implement an extra 2 trains on the loop. So they're more likely wanting to go to Haarlem, because Haarlem is the next biggest town by the sounds of it at the moment. I know Rotterdam will eventually become pretty big, but since it's now starting to get fed slightly... Actually, you know what? I don't think anything's come over here yet, has it? It's only just now started to be delivered. A little bit of distribution on the go. Oh my god, Amsterdam fueled and right now and food is getting a little bit crazy. I need bigger vehicles. I do need bigger vehicles. I'm very, very well aware of this. Very, very well aware. Right, everything now is running super efficient. Okay, everything is now running super efficient. And off we go. Look at them. Splitting, merging, twisting, turning. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it right now. Now, granted, obviously we need to make them cover a bit more of their respective towns. But it's all part of the future growth. We've done Haarlem and Zandvoort right now, which has really helped us out. And are they utilising this road? Yes, there is a few utilising this road as well. Right. This is going to get a little bit out of hand. Now, I can configure it to be able to have a few more bigger buildings to store a few more goods. But it won't solve all the issues. Okay? It won't solve all the issues. But once you start getting bigger vehicles, we won't have these problems anymore. Now, let me just kind of... flatten off here slightly. Because we will need to get the larger buildings... There we go. Just to be able to store more goods before it gets wasted. But I'm kind of more holding out for, like I said, the bigger vehicles. The bigger vehicles, boys. That's what I'm kind of holding out for. And it's the same here now, then. So more people want to get to Amsterdam from over here. So I'm going to add 2 more trains. I mean, the loop's going to get more and more busy as we make the towns and cities a lot bigger around them. But this is really interesting to see right now how it's all slowly unfolding. So Amsterdam's getting both. Haarlem's getting 1. Zandvoort's getting both. Zaandam's getting 1. What else is around us right now? Warden's getting food from this run over here anyway, so that is just probably something that's going to continually slowly growing. Leiden is getting a few foods as well. We got to change the vehicles on those lines now, thinking about it. So Leiden food. First, let me configure this to have the bigger buildings. So we can store more goods before it kind of runs out. So manage these vehicles right now. Replace them with the bigger variant, which goes from holding 4 to 6. Not much difference, but they're also quicker as well. They're also going to be quicker. And manage these vehicles here. Replace them. Cargo. So they'll be slightly quicker. Carry more goods. All good. Now, I won't worry about the ones that are bringing the goods back and forth to begin with. Not yet until we start running out. But seems to be going pretty well. Seems to be going pretty well right now. All our train lines leading here, there, and everywhere. So I've got to eventually figure out then. Let me just delete these signals. Because if my train line's going to continue, I've now got to now think about the bend here. And obviously, we'll have to now incorporate an up and over as these all can now connect. So they're going to be slowing down no matter what there anyway, so there's not really much we can do. Signals, bam, bam, bam. Easy enough, boys. Easy enough right now. So that's going to kind of... It's going to actually lead. This is the town that's going to have them both. So that will obviously merge down with it. And obviously that will kind of merge in a little bit later on as well. That's going to be an interest... Because of the positioning of that town... Solely because of its positioning, it's going to be quite a transport hub, that town right there. It really is. It really is. Right. We have a lot of people still waiting right now for this Amsterdam loop. I know we only got 4 on the go. And I'm assuming it's the same this way. Amsterdam loop 2, Amsterdam loop 2. Right, manage the vehicles. We're going to duplicate twice as many. How's the other loop, though? We don't see it being busy anywhere else, do we? Not quite, but we've added an extra 4 vehicles on it. Is Haarlem now getting its goods? It's now getting its food. Zandvoort, it's getting its goods as well. So we'll see the big growth start to happen for those. We have to extend you going down as well. It's all systems go, boys. It's all systems go. So we're going to end it here then. We're back up. We're now officially efficient. It's now just distributing the goods as evenly as we can potentially make it. Guys, hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, please smash the like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.